Since the night we were found, yeah, we've been the talk of the town. Time passes slowly with a heart full of sin, but I do it all over again. Everyone blames you for the size of your bite, but I didn't put up a fight for the curve of your body and the taste of your skin. I do it all over again.
They appear to men like angels of light. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. These violent delights have violent ends. And in their triumph die, like fire and powder. Which, as they kiss, consume.
Chaos spreading across the globe is heightened.
There's an evil that surrounds this place. It leaks out in every direction. When you enter the House of Furies, you do not leave alive.
Nicholas Flamel.
Get out. Go. John Dee and his kind have been seeking that book for centuries. With it, he and the Dark Elders will set about remaking the world.
You didn't get all of it.
The final summoning. You've left the safe and mundane world you once knew. Nothing is as it seems. Your lives are now in grave danger.
We want to go home.
You can't. What if I were to tell you that the book speaks of you?
A prophecy.
There will come a time when the book is taken and the Queen's man is allied with the Crow. And the Elder will step out of the shadows and the immortal must train the mortal. And the two that are one must become one that is all. One to save the world and one to destroy it.
Nicholas! Nicholas! Nicholas!
roses whisper good night 'neath the silver light, asleep in the dew. They hide from our view. When the dawn peepeth through, God will wake them and you. When the dawn peepeth through, God will wake them and you. Slumber sweetly, my dear, for the angels are near to watch over you the silent night through, and to bear you above to the dreamland of love, and to bear you above to the dreamland of love.
In the city of Fergard, stories are forbidden. They are ancient and powerful, and they lured the dragons right to us. Our kingdom burned. My name is Asha. I am the daughter of the king, the Ascari of my people. A position hailing from our ancient myths. It is my duty to hunt the dragons that would destroy us all. But I have a secret. I've been using the stories to lure the dragons out of hiding. And I may have awakened a force I could never have imagined. I have been betrothed to a cruel and evil man I cannot marry. And to win my freedom, I must uncover the truth to the ancient myths. And hunt down the greatest dragon of them all.
Stay back, human. You don't know what you're dealing with.
Detective Evie Blackwell is on the trail of 2 new cold cases in Chicago. Under mounting pressure, she relentlessly pursues justice for the missing, if it's possible at all. Threads of Suspicion by D. Henderson.
Detective Evie Blackwell is turning up the heat on some cold cases. A young girl and a family of 3 both vanished without a trace. When surprising connections are uncovered, Evie and Sheriff Dane won't stop until they find the truth.
In the land of Sempira, the rich control everything, even time. Days and years are bled from our veins and turned into coins that they greedily devour. We perish. They live on for centuries. I once worked for a powerful family at Everless, the wealthiest state I escaped long ago. Now, in order to save the people I love, I must return to earn more time and face the boy I thought I'd never see again. But time is a slippery thing, and I feel myself spiraling down a dangerous path. I must uncover the secrets of my past before time runs out.
That's Allison. We used to do whatever she told us, until she disappeared. That was 3 years ago. Now we barely speak to each other when we pass in the halls. I mean, we didn't until we all started getting those texts. Could Allison really be back? And if it's not really her, if she's still missing, then what happened to Allison?
Sometimes it's as simple as this. You either get on the train or you don't. It's the kind of decision that splits time into a before and an after. Yesterday, your life was one way. Tomorrow, it could be totally different. All you have to do is decide to take that first step.
Rebound by Kwame Alexander. When something happens to Charlie Bell's father, he has a very difficult time. He begins getting in trouble and acting out and having a tough time at home with his mom. Eventually, his mom sends him to stay with his grandpa and his grandma to try to find his smile again. Charlie really likes to read comics, and while he is at his grandma and grandpa's house, Besides comics, he gets to hang out with his basketball-playing cousin Roxy, and he discovers his love for basketball. He begins practicing and playing more and more, and he even gets to see the Harlem Globetrotters. If you like Crossover by Kwame Alexander, you will love this prequel, Rebound. Learn all about Charlie's adventures and misadventures as he grows up. Be sure to check out Rebound by Newbery-winning author Kwame Alexander.
I will not be controlled by people living on borrowed time and stolen thrones. Let them face the flood.
I need to see them both again. At least once more before this war ends. In their deaths or mine.
I know what the world looks like from a king's right hand. I don't care to live that life again.
I am a king as much as anyone can be. To the blood. To the bone.
I am less than his crown, but he is less than my cause. Lightning has no mercy, and neither do I. Rise, red as the dawn.
Flowers gaze at you. Everyone in our small town talks about us. They call me Prodigy. My brother, Scholar. To them, the Garrison family is perfect. But this small town is full of secrets, lies, and betrayals. And someone wants us dead.
Trailer by Harrison Rainey. In the 6th installment of The Football Genius, Troy's plans of going to St. Stephen's and being the starting quarterback failed him, and now he has to play football on a losing team. When Troy has lost all hope, his coach tells him that destiny is written, and that this is his destiny. Will Troy be able to turn this team around and make it a winning team, or will he suffer? Read The Perfect Season to find out. The New York Times have labeled it as exciting and exhilarating. TJ Green has also written books such as Unstoppable, Baseball Genius, and many others.
You have to pay for every word. It's beautiful. The minute you turn 15, you have to pay for every word you speak. Anything you could say is trademarked, restricted, and copyrighted. Sorry is a flat $10 and a legal admission of guilt. Screams are 99 cents per second. Even a simple shrug is patented, monitored, and charged. But still I'm expected to speak. That is the system. I have to read the speech my sponsors wrote, and then I'm expected to keep talking like everything's normal until the debt crushes me. They don't expect me to go silent. They don't expect what comes next.
I am a deadly assassin, a handmaiden of death, trained by the nuns of Mortain. My next target is a cruel and powerful man, my father. I still bear the scars of his abuse. Though I am trained to kill, I have not learned to protect my heart, so I must be careful of my new ally, a man they call Beast. My past still haunts me, so I seek revenge. This time, there will be no mercy. If only the nuns of Mortain had taught me how to watch innocents die, as well as they had taught me how to kill, I would be far better prepared for this nightmare.
Why be the sheep when you can be the wolf?
I am a true daughter of death, trained from birth to kill in his name. There is no one here at St. Mortain whose skill matches my own. I should have been sent on a mission by now, like Sibella and Ismay. The abbess tells me that I am being saved for something extraordinary, but my patience grows thin. I've spent my whole life training to be an assassin. If they won't send me out into the world to do death's work, I'll just have to go on my own.
will fight. I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. And I will stay with you. We'll make it to the other side like lovers do. I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours too, until I can wait for you. I'll wait for you. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me. Even when nobody else believes. I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me.
We turned our back on our own country, and we barely escaped with our lives. But the thing is, we stepped out of one world and right into another. Into the world of vigilantes and revolutionaries. The world of the patriots.
I should have died. Sometimes, others step in fear. To find my brother, we'll have to become criminals again. Assassins. Armed.
Hold it right there.
We have an elector to kill.
It won't be easy, of course. They all want us dead. But they'll have to catch us first.
Young men came from hunting, faint and weary. What is that, my lord, my dearie? Oh, brother dear, let my bed be made. Right field bright of the woody nightshade.
What is the trader's game? Is it strategy? Or luck? A bit of both, perhaps. Will the smartest win? Or the boldest? Or does the cheater take the prize? This is a game of trust. A constant clash of believe and deceive. The stakes are high, and the winner takes all. Lose the game, lose your life. Your move.
Imagine living at the Sky Corps Academy, but you're just the janitor's kid. You're never gonna fly. And then, one day, you're a mech cadet. And now it's time to serve.
Would you jump out of a perfectly good helicopter into a snowy mountainside in dangerous weather conditions? Would you run towards danger or away from danger? I'm Jimmy Settle. I had the honor to be a member of the 212th Pararescue Squadron in Anchorage, Alaska, and we saved lives. I wrote a book about it called Never Quit, where we chronicle a lot of the adventures and what it takes to be a member of that team. The process of becoming a pararescueman requires a lot of schooling. It starts with basic training, in-dock, dive school, then you go into the various jump schools like airborne and free fall, and then you go into some survival schools, learning how to survive in the water, learning how to survive in the mountains, and then moving on to mountaineering schools to conduct mountain rescues. And then, of course, a lot of medical training. We're trained as EMTs and paramedics. I was jumping out of the airplane as part of the training, and I misjudged my landing. I jumped out of the airplane, and I was coming into the ground nice and smooth, but I had miscalculated the wind, and I hit the ground like I got hit by a truck. Kaboom! I had some friends help me out, and I dug deep, and I was able to get that last jump. My friends helped me get on the airplane, and we conducted it, and I executed my jump perfectly. What makes a hero or a champion is the person who fails and then picks it back up and then gets going and perseveres through that loss, uses that as a lesson to become stronger. I did what I did so that others may live. You can check out my book, Never Quit, at your Scholastic Book Fair.
Epic fantasy of Game of Thrones. With the adventure and romance of legend, you get Megan Whalen Turner's Queen's Thief books. There are 5 books so far. Technically, you can begin anywhere because all of the books stand alone. But The Thief or The Queen of Atolia might be our favorite places to start. It all begins on the Little Peninsula. The Queen of Atolia and her king. These two, what they do to each other will make you gasp, but what they do for each other is the stuff of legend. The King of Sunis and his heir both want to marry the Queen of Eddis, but for very different reasons. Of course, she has her own thoughts on the matter. Then there's the thief, Eugenides. His friends call him Jen. The Queen of Eddis's royal thief can steal anything, from a jewel to an army, and has a habit of breaking into the Queen of Atolia's bedchamber. Watch out for those ruby earrings. And as if their own political battles weren't enough, these 3 countries are constantly under threat of an invasion from Medes, who are never as far away as they look. Each story is more than meets the eye. You never know who is pulling the strings. But one thing is for certain, Megan Whalen Turner has us hooked.
Once you've lived within a legend, can you ever truly come back? For anyone who's wished to visit their favorite realms, prepare to step back in time and toe the line between the real and fantastic in Laura E. Wayman's The Light Between Worlds. In 1944, falling bombs ravaged Evelyn's home of London. It was all her family could do to hide in their backyard shelter, listening as the explosions drew near. But one wish brought the Hapwell children to a whole other world. Ev, Philippa, and Jamie found themselves in the woodlands. Beautiful and enchanted, it was a world out of legend. And for the first time, Ev felt as if she finally belonged. Greeted by the guardian of the Great Wood, she and her siblings set out on a new adventure, one that could save this world still so full of light. They fought, they celebrated, and they lived. But this is not that story. It's been 6 years since Ev and her siblings were swept away to the woodlands, 6 years since they returned to the exact moment they left. Time in our world has worn on, and Ev's siblings have readapted to better than she. Because she can't help but wonder if a promise made by the Guardian holds true. Will a woodland's heart always find its way home? With the weight of both worlds bearing down on her, Ev can't see another way out, and left to pick up the pieces, to follow the trail, to find where her sister's desperation led her. Philippa must confront her own torn emotions for the life they left behind. Discover the truth beneath the loss and longing, and explore the darker side of the stories you love in The Light Between Worlds.
Who do you become when you have nothing left to lose? I imagined it all. Blue lakes, forests, a life free from the toil of the outpost. A life with love. Then you took it all away. He was everything and you made him nothing. Since then, every word I said, every minute I've worked, every drop of sweat has been for this. I am the new captain of the ship. I sailed down the Serpentine for gold and for blood. And I will make you nothing too.
What would happen to Vladimir's dad if they were suspected red? Maybe they'd be subpoenaed to testify in front of Senator McCarthy's subcommittee on investigations. Maybe even be put under FBI surveillance, followed, bugged. He sure wouldn't like G-Men rummaging through his life. They'd find things that would really hurt his mom's feelings, and his little sister's, things that might land him in hot water with authority figures. Stuff he'd never want other people to hear or read. Should I tell my dad about my suspicions? But what about Vlad? Who do I owe my loyalty to? My dad or my best friend?
We live in the shadow of Atlantis. I've been subject to their rule my whole life. Everyone in Zebel has. My mother was a queen, but she'd hate to see what's happened to her realm. We have to take our kingdom back. I might have to act and dress like a princess. But if Zebel is to be free, then the Atlantean heir apparent must die. It's just there's something about Arthur. Something special?
Get in quick, get out quicker. That was the job. Then I realized what I had my hands on. I'm the only one who can catch the killer.